Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to be missing my co-host Shannon. She is supposed to be here today, but unfortunately she messaged me and said that she needed to go back to bed. So here we are, just lonely old Sid. I do want to thank you guys for coming in, whether you are watching the replay or you're just tuning in. Um, Please be patient with me because if you know, I am not used to being here by myself. I usually have Shannon, so those nerves are a little bit more heightened today, so please be patient. Um, I do see my mom in the chat. Good morning, Mom. I seen where you guys have some snow on the way um, Monday, so that's fun. Um, we've got some rain off and on today, so hopefully y'all can hear me okay, you can see me okay, and everything goes smooth this morning with it just being by me and by myself. And yeah. So, what are you up to, Mom? And I am going to be spinning some yarn while we chat. I am spinning some of my own hand-dyed fiber. It is merino wool, and it's my Sweetpea braid. So you're not doing much right now. Why not? You just wake up? And if you are lurking again, I see a few people come in. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Shannon was supposed to go live with me this morning, but she messaged me and said that she needed to go back to bed. So I think we need to go to her house and drag her out of bed. But I completely get it. You got to take care of yourself and got to do what you got to do. I'm not for sure how long I will be on today. I was thinking maybe an hour, but we'll see how things go. So you've been up since 7, just hanging out since some clothes, just got some clothes in the dryer. Did you figure out what was wrong with your dryer? It was your dryer, right? Or was it the washer? I can't remember. And if you are lurking, if you want to say hello, that is an option, but no pressure. I do have some new things that I would like to share with you guys later on in the live that I have been working on. If you have not seen my latest updated video, which came out yesterday, I've got some new wood turned hooks that are up for sale along with some yarn. Okay, you got to get somebody to look at it. Was it the washer or the dryer? And I guess you decided not to go to Walmart this morning. Washer, okay. You will go tomorrow. So are y'all supposed to be getting some snow? I thought I seen like up towards Snowshoe and Charleston was supposed to get snow. And does anybody else have any plans today? We don't really have too much due to the weather, but I think we are going to go up to Tractor Supply They opened a Tractor Supply right in town back in October, and they have farm days. So I think we're going to go up there today and see what's going on, because they said that they were doing some giveaways. I think they have some animals up for adoption, but just to check out to see what exactly is going on at Tractor Supply today. Yes, snow, not sure how much, maybe up to 5 inches. Oh my gosh. It seems like almost every other weekend y'all are getting snow since the beginning, well, since probably mid-February. And if everything goes smoothly tomorrow, we configured some things as far as finances, and it looks like we are going to be getting an Angora rabbit tomorrow, as long as everything goes smoothly. So that one that I sent you pictures of, Mom, or not yesterday, but the other night, we decided to go forward with it. So I will be spinning Angora shortly. I'm excited. I'm so excited. And his name is Sunshine, so that goes well with everything going on in the craft room. Yeah, it was either get the Angora or get a bigger lathe. And I told PJ, I said, as long as when we get our taxes, I get my lathe, I'll put the money towards getting the Angora. Which they're only about an hour away, if not a little bit less than an hour. So it kind of worked out really good. Finding Angora rabbits is like slim to none without having to get them shipped. So being that close, even though it is a little pricey, it really worked out in our favor. Does anybody else have any plans today? What you been working on, Mom, lately? I know I've been trying to get back in the swing of things with the channel, and after having Alicia, it's been nice to being able to relax, but it's also, I need to get back to what I was doing. It gives me something to do and gives me something other than just being a wife or a mom. So so you're working on a couple blankets, but they're not for anyone. What stitch are you using? Are you just doing granny, or do you not remember? I know we've been using the one that you made for Alicia with the hoodie. I think God was also testing me this morning to see if I really wanted to go live with Shannon bailing on me. Because I've been saying I've been wanting to go live more often, but it's the matter of getting over that fear factor of doing it by myself. And so I think this morning was God's way of, if you're going to do it, you need to start doing it. So here we are. I know spinning has been helping those nerves kind of calm down. You said, I don't remember. One I haven't worked on for about a month. The other I can't remember that one either. I'll have to look the video I was watching. I'm horrible at remembering stitches. I understand that. If they're not a known stitch, I will forget it in a heartbeat. Good morning, Jessie. How are you? Shannon was supposed to be here live, but she bailed on me, so I said, I think we need to go to her house and drag her out of bed. So you're more than welcome to come up if you would like. If I can figure out how to put the link in the chat, but if not, I completely understand. And I hope you are doing okay. Me and Mom's just been chit-chatting back and forth. And I'm spinning as well, so. Do you have any plans today, Jessie? Oh no, yes we should. I don't have my makeup on. Might scare everyone. I will think about it though. Okay, well just let me know and I'll try to figure out how to put the link in the chat. I'm pretty sure you look fine. You ain't gonna scare me away, so. I look at myself every morning, so sometimes that's scary enough. I know a couple of weeks ago we got about almost 3 inches of snow here. Last year we got snow, about 3 inches as well. Hopefully next year we don't get any snow. It's not a common thing, or it becomes a common thing. I am ready for spring and getting in the garden. I've got some seeds. That's probably what I'll end up doing today. Some seeds that I've got to plant. Some tomatoes, peppers. There's something else too. Onion. I need to get onion. So that might be today. No. Well, thank you, Jessie. You got to get your taxes done today. And then after that, you'll do some crocheting. What you working on? That's Shannon was talking about, which they have a business that she needed to work on taxes. That's what she's been doing in her spare time. So we've already got ours done and submitted. I did that at the beginning of February. That way I didn't have to worry about it anymore. It's said and done and over with. You're working on a ripple stitch blanket right now. Awesome. I have not done a ripple stitch. I don't think ever. I don't even think I've done a chevron stitch other than in knitting. What colors are you working with? I've just been working on spinning, trying to get things posted on Mercari. So I do have a few, well, not a few, but a couple hanks that I've got to get the yardage count for, thwack them, and then they'll be listed on Mercari. But I also got some new hooks made as well. So I'm this year wanting to learn more about crystals, and I figure what a great way to do that is go through each month and learn that month's birthstone. And I decided that I was going to do a project based on that birthstone, but also would turn a hook that kind of goes with it. So last month was garnet. So this is my garnet wood turned hook. It is an epoxy with olive burl wood in it. There is a 5mm crochet hook. It is up for grabs on Mercari if you are interested. And then I recently just got these done last weekend. So this month is amethyst, and it is also an epoxy mixed with a burl wood, or not burl, olive burl wood, and also a 5mm hook. I love this. I love the how small the shaft, or not the shaft, but the handle is compared to this one. For me, I do have smaller hands, so this fits nice in my hands. Now, March is aquamarine, and this one is so hard for me to part with because I love my teals and I love my turquoise. But here is March's, and again 5mm, same specs and everything. So these are up for grabs on Mercari for anybody who is interested. I might have to end up making me one of these though, because this one is very hard for me to part with, but I am willing to get rid of it. And then before we had Alicia, I had already had this one done. And I want to say this one is cherry wood. It does have a bigger or longer handle, but 5mm as well. So those are all on Mercari for anybody who is interested. Thank you, Jessie. Thank you, Mom. So you're using I Love This Yarn in 5 different colors. It has different shades of blues and greens. A friend of mine requested it. I find it's looking pretty awesome. I would say if it's blues and greens, it probably does look pretty. And then it's going to be so nice because it's I Love This Yarn. So I think it's going to look wonderful once it's done. Mom, are you talking about the amethyst one? It's up for grabs. It's up for grabs. I know you love your purple, so. I'd say it is, Jessie, very soft. And then I've gotten some more yarn done. So this one is sage. I don't know the yardage count just yet. I want to say this is about a fingering weight, which is what I naturally spin. Let's see if you can see. Now, as far as the yard, or not the yard, the fiber content, I don't remember exactly what it is. I'll have to look back on, because this is actually Showstopper from Hobby Lobby. I'll have to look again exactly what the fiber content is. And then there is also this one, which is my own hand dyed fiber. It is 100% merino wool. It is a 23 micron merino, which is a little bit more rougher than a super wash or super merino or a finer merino micron content. But I do already have a hank on Mercari for Ocean Eyes that's up for grabs, which is this one right here. And this is a fingering with 655 yards. So you can get a bundle deal if you are up for that. And with Mercari, you can do like an offer bid. So if you don't like my pricings, you can do like an offer bid, and we can go back and forth depending on what your bid is. So that's always an option on Mercari if you didn't know that. You like all of them, Mom? We'll buy all of them. I'm teasing. I tell you what, doing the wood turning has became my new obsession though. If I could be out there every day turning, I would. Haha, pun intended. Pun not intended. But it's been a lots of fun turning and just learning the tools, how to manipulate. Eventually, I will get a bigger lathe. That way I can start doing yarn bowls and a few different other things. Show them a gram. I messaged her, sent her some pictures, and she read them, but she never messaged me back. That old lady. You're gonna have to get onto her for not messaging me back. Do you know if they're still doing the probably not, but the crocheting group at the church that they were doing before COVID hit? I know they were doing it on, I think, Tuesdays. Yeah, no. She don't listen very well, does she? I figured not, but already been on here for about 25 minutes. It does not seem that long. I have given it thought that I might try to do these lives a little bit more often, but I haven't decided on what days and time. I am thinking about the weekend just because we'll have to have PJ watch Alicia, but I haven't decided on whether Sunday or Saturday or Sunday. I know Saturdays can be a little busy as far as on YouTube. There's a lot of people that go live on Saturdays, especially around this time. But garden season, spring, summer season is right up the alley, so that makes it more difficult figuring out a time and date, because usually weekends are when we do most of our stuff around the house. So if you guys have any times or day suggestions, let me know. Does this time work for you guys, or would you prefer later on in the evening, a little bit earlier, maybe Sundays instead of Saturdays? I know I have my videos that come out on Sundays at 10 a.m. And I'm thinking about it right now as I'm spinning the yarn. I know I've spun this yarn before. I can't remember for who, but it's really reminding me of Easter, dyeing Easter eggs. That's what it reminds me of. And got some purples, some pinks, orange in there, a little bit of yellow. I think there's some green. So it reminds me of dyeing Easter eggs. And I just lost my chat on the laptop. Uh-oh. Let's see. Our Wi-Fi does not like my craft room. Really need to get a booster in here. Maybe. Let's see. So Jessie says evening works best, though mornings can work too depending on what is going on for the day. Okay, I'll give that some thought. I know Sundays are a hard one too because some people go to church as well. I don't think it will be an every weekend thing. I think maybe once, if not twice a month, just a little bit more often than just the Saturday Lives with Shannon. Just because I don't want to stretch myself too thin. Man, I have to go pick up your niece so I could still have you in the car. Didn't have to get her today. Trying to do my grocery shopping more on a Sunday. Okay. So it might look like Saturdays. And I can hear Delilah in the living room being a dinosaur. She's sitting there growling. Who she's growling at, I do not know. Probably herself. She has been off of school for this last week. And honestly, it's been a blessing because she's been very good at helping with Alicia. She's been wanting to feed her, hold her, even change her diapers other than the poopy ones. But I told her the other day, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do without you going back to school next week. Because I've been able to get things done with her being home. During the week, in the evenings, is also a thought as well. It's a little bit more harder for, not necessarily harder, it's more, I'm not so available during the evenings during the week, just because as soon as PJ gets home, we eat, feed animals, kind of chit chat amongst each other. And then by the time we get all that taken care of, it's girls have got to get a bath, and it's just evening times are chaotic, but can also pencil in a day for the week. PJ is very good about, if I need to go do my own thing, go record, he's got everything under control. As he should. So this is what I've gotten done so far. It's really pretty. And that is the Sweetpea hand-dyed braid that I did a couple years ago. Thank you. It's reminding me kind of pixie sticks. You know how they have that bar pool look to them? That's what it reminds me of, is pixie sticks. I don't know if you can actually see it. But this one will also be, once I'm done spinning and then plying and finishing the yarn and all that good stuff, this one will be also listed for sale. With Mercari, I like the fact that in order to list anything, you don't have that 20-cent listing fee like Etsy does. Every time you list something on Etsy, you do have a 20-cent listing fee. Even if you go to renew it, which only lasts for 6 months, and 20 cents adds up if you think about it. But that's what I like about Mercari, is you don't have that listing fee. And that's part of the reason why I did close my Etsy shop, is just because there's too many fees coming out with Etsy. And on Mercari, you can also see how many people have actually seen your listing. So you can kind of, if you need to like adjust your wording or how you list something, you can. It's kind of like YouTube in a way with the analytics. So, what is your guys' favorite type of fiber? So you were going to sell on Etsy at one point, but you should keep Mercari in mind too. Yeah, the thing with Etsy is it's so oversaturated. There's so many people that sell on Etsy, and then you get that listing fee, and then other fees, and there's just so much that they take out. By the time you actually sell something, you don't make anything near as what you sell it for. But also, don't forget, I haven't tried Shopify, but there's also Shopify. I know you can link with Etsy your Shopify account too. I've thought about giving Shopify a try. I just haven't really looked into it. I've also thought about Facebook, but Facebook, I've tried that once and you get so many scammers. It's ridiculous. Every once in a while, I'll get somebody that will, when I list, or not list, but post something about, a video or new tutorial or whatever. Every once in a while, I'll have somebody message me through Facebook as a bot or a scam and ask if whatever I made is still for sale, even though I don't have it posted for sale. And then they want your Venmo information and email and that, to me, it's just not worth selling on Facebook for. I really want to go to like an arts and craft fair and be a vendor. I've just heard around here, unless you go down to Charleston, it's really not worth it. But that doesn't say that it's not worth trying. I know Shannon, she's been working on her little arts and craft fair that her and I think another local lady that's in her area. I think they're doing their arts and craft fair sometime in April. I want to say April 18th or that weekend. So I know she's been busy getting that set up and all. Which I think the last time I had asked her how that was going, she already had about 20 vendors. So that's pretty good for her first time and her being in a smaller area. She's kind of inspired me to maybe go to the Chamber of Commerce here and set up my own. Yeah, try local at once. Yeah, try the farmer's market. They do have the pig picking festival in October, which gives me enough time to get a few things done. And maybe that's a thought. They have a few other festivals here too. It's just something that I need to look more into and maybe be a little bit more serious about doing. Which, Mom, I think I've seen something. I don't know exactly when it is, but I think you guys are actually supposed to have an arts and craft fair at some point in your area. But I can't remember exactly what that was. I know I seen something, but yeah, I seen it a couple of weeks ago. I think it was either right before or right after you had came down. I had seen something about there being some kind of event that was like arts and craft related. I really want to go to, maybe that might be something we do this year. Go to, I think it's Greensboro or Raleigh, and go to the Fiber Fest. I really want to go. I wanted to go last year, but we just driving 3.5, almost 4 hours one way. It's kind of like, is it really that worth? Is it really worth it? But I really, really want to go. So maybe this year, maybe. And if that's the case, I will really have to be on a budget because I could really spend some money on fiber if I wanted to. I think we all could. At least yarn. I know Delilah the other day was begging. She pulled out her spinning wheel when I was trying to get these hanks completed. She was wanting me to teach her how to spin, which I kind of work with her here and there. She's just got to learn how to let go of the fiber and draft it and everything in between. So I think now I might start actually working with her since she's actually interested in doing it, a little bit more interested. I might start working with her how to spin fiber. I've tried teaching her how to crochet and we're not there yet. I haven't even started with knitting, but she might do better with knitting. But she loves going in the kitchen with me and helping me dye fiber. So I try to do that as much as I can with her. Which I've got some yarn that I've got to dye at some point in time, either this week or sometime in March. That's going to be aquamarine colors, which is some more merino wool. Yeah, it's been a couple years. Yeah, I didn't even realize that she had pulled out her spinning wheel, which is just a 3D printed spinning wheel. My first one that I got that I really didn't care for. Um, yeah, she pulled it out and she just likes to treadle on it. So I'm like, you gotta learn how to pace yourself, and once you get that figured out, then we'll go from there and actually get the flyer wheel set up and the drive band and actually get you to where you can start spinning. That way me and her can have we won't have spa days, we'll have spinning days. She also likes to paint her nails, so we might have a spa and spin day. And then now I got another little girl that I've got to start teaching all this stuff to too. But that'll be a couple years from now. I see the sun finally decided to poke its head out of the clouds, or through the clouds. I am so glad it has finally started warming up. I was so over that cold and getting down to into the teens. I was so over that. I don't know if you were, Jessie. Well, you're from Wisconsin, so you're used to it. But I was so over it. So over it. I'm ready for pool days, getting my tan on, going to the beach. I'm so ready. Getting my toes soaked in the sand. Feeling that nice ocean breeze. I'm so ready. I don't care for the heat, but I'm so ready for beach days and pool days and working in the garden. Just being able to enjoy outside. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, because since you moved down here, we've done, it's not very often do we get snow down here. And then I think the next, or that winter, whenever you moved down here, it snowed last year. And then this year it snowed. So you need to tell it to go back up north and stay up north. You moved down here for a reason, right? To get away from the cold, and now it's following you. And then it seems like Mom can't get rid of the snow this year. Like I was talking to her, seems like about the middle of February, or not February, we are in the middle of February, middle of January. It's been about every other weekend they're getting snow, or every week. Mom works at an elementary school or a primary school, and for almost 3 weeks they didn't have school because of the weather. She was like, finally, you gotta go back to work. But she enjoys it. She likes being around with the little kids, and she's got attached to some of them. And they love her too, so. Yeah, West Virginia. Yeah, that was your guys' first. Well, yeah, since Thanksgiving, y'all really haven't had much school. Yeah, I forgot about y'all being off for almost 3 weeks, 2 weeks after Thanksgiving. And then you had Christmas break. Went back for what, maybe a week or two after Christmas break, and then almost 3 weeks off. Some kids are probably like, heck yeah, and some kids are like, can we go back to school? I know that would be my daughter. Can we go back to school? She loves her teacher, Miss Riley. And that child loves homework. She was last night pulled out one of her books and started doing addition, subtraction, ABCs. That child loves homework. And I hope it stays that way. Oh, yeah, flu. We haven't really, I haven't heard too much of the flu. It's the measles. But I think that's more upstate. We've been on here for almost an hour. Almost. And now my Wi-Fi is really wanting to mess up. should be able to see the chat again. I think I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and then I'm going to jump off here so I can get about y'all's day, can get about our day, where you guys can get some things done. We can get some things done. Now that the sun is shining, hopefully the rain kind of stays at bay. PJ and I were talking last night. Of course, you know, it's the weekend. You got things to do, and now it's wanting to rain all weekend. Seems like that's about how it goes, or it's wanting to, at this time of year, snow. I know we have 2 blanket ladders that we built a couple years ago, or PJ built a couple years ago, wanting to condense down and make smaller. So I think that's one of the things I'm gonna have PJ do this weekend. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of things that we gotta do this weekend. Or I just keep on piling things up. Good morning, Lynn. How are you? I was getting ready to jump off of here. Yeah, it seems like you never do have enough time. And then so many things get piled up that it's to the point where you don't even want to do them because you're so overwhelmed, right? You overslept? That's okay. That's Shannon bailed on me this morning. She said that she needed to go back to bed. I told Jessie, I said, we need to go to her house and drag her out of bed. But she also needed the rest as well, so I completely understand. It's no biggie. I think, even though I'm not used to going live by myself, I think I got this under control. Hopefully. Maybe. Yep. She's being a sleepyhead. That's alright. She's got to make up for it next time, right? Tell her that she's got to go live double time. Alrighty, I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. I just want to say thank you guys for hanging with me. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Get some rest, maybe get whatever you need to get done. I will give more of what day and time I will start doing this more often. And then I'll let you guys know whether that's in community tab or in an update video. But again, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me. And I will see you guys next live or update video or whenever I see you guys. So have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll see you then.